The following program is brought to you by the nonprofit Fit World Foundation. Fit America presents Creating Healthier and Smarter Kids, the Power of Physical Education.
We're the most sedentary generation ever on this earth.
Generations being born now are not going to live as long as the previous generation. Play and movement is the oldest form of learning. The first thing we do when we are born is we move. What do we do when we get into school, though? We tell kids to sit down. Why is that?
Play doesn't exist like it was 20 years ago. Over the last 5 years, we had the biggest drop of participation in kids being active than we've ever had. 2/3 of all children are not active to healthy standards, and that percentage gets higher and higher every year.
With the advent of the social media platforms, the computer games, that level of activity has exponentially decreased. There's so many benefits from exercise. It's probably the most effective medicine that doesn't cost us anything.
In America today, we have what we call an inactivity pandemic. How do we get kids more active? There's two places that kids learn to be active, not just as a kid, but for later in life. The number one area is in the family, but the second area was in schools, in physical education programs. 48% of all high schools in America today have no physical education. And you may say, what? There was so much focus on the academics that every kid was forced to sit and learn. What was being thrown out was physical education. Activity was getting cut out of their lives. The average school budget for physical education in America today is $764 per year for the entire school. And that's when I said, we're going to start Fit America. The number one thing that we do is that we supply grants called Fit America Go grants that support programs that'll jumpstart physical activity in the lives of children. We got them off the couch and we got them active. And what we're seeing is tremendous response from physical educators and from students and mothers and fathers to what we're doing in schools.
The GO grants have provided us with the opportunity to give our PE teachers professional development so that they are better prepared to meet the needs of our students. The GO grants have also helped us to get the equipment that we need so that our students have access to the equipment that's going to motivate them to be actively engaged.
Without money, we can't buy anything. And when money's being pulled from programs like art, music, and PE, it's not there. So you either have to be really creative or you have to find some other outlet to get it, because we need equipment just like a math teacher would need, just like a classroom teacher would need.
It's just as important as math. It's just as important as social studies.
As a mother and as a teacher, I know kids need to move. You need to provide activities that they love so they'll want to go to school.
When I run, I just feel like I want to keep on doing it. I go running, it makes me feel so much better when I run.
It gets me more active and I can focus a lot more.
When we go back to the classroom or take a test or something, my mind, it's like fresh.
When we are exercising, we are using more brain cells than in any other human activity.
These schools are starving for support, and our Fit America Go grants, they're exactly what these schools need. What we're giving to these schools is resources so kids can learn how to be physically active, not just in the school, but outside the school. My ultimate dream is to rebuild physical education and physical activity in every school in America, but we have a long way to go.
There's no words to describe what that equipment means to our teachers. It's been a game changer for me as a health and wellness facilitator to know exactly what this is doing for our schools.
Fitness, it's a great thing. It opens your mind. Thank you, Fit America. I want every kid in America to get fit.
Get fit, America.
Julian Reed is a remarkable innovator in the Legacy Charter School program.
I am about kids being healthy. And healthy kids just learn better. Nothing's worse than going into a school and seeing a child that is overweight, obese, and that child cannot control the food that is brought to them. That child cannot control how much time they spend outside. It's our responsibility that every kid has access to healthy eating and has access to play and to be active. Play and movement is the oldest form of learning. What do we do when we get into school, though? We tell kids to sit down. Why is that? I think a lot of it has to come from, it's all about the test scores. It's all about the test scores. What most people don't realize is up to 45% of kids and adults are kinesthetic learners. They learn as they move. And what you're doing is you're asking them to sit. Not only is that sedentary behavior bad for their health, it's bad for their brain. I'm all for productivity. I mean, I love my phone and my computer, but we don't walk anymore. Learning takes place as you move. Everything you do is a sensory motor event. You're learning from your sensation, and then you're interpreting that sensation into movement. I mean, the research is so clear that kids who move more perform better academically, less behavior management episodes, and guess what? They also enjoy learning more. So why wouldn't we have kids move more? Most kids get PE 1 day a week, if that, and it's 30 to 45 minutes. And many of those kids don't get to play after school, so they're not even coming close to the current physical activity recommendation.
I thought it was interesting that they had PE every day and that they had healthy food. With James, it was a challenge because he was constantly wanting to move and wanting to be everywhere. After James was here for a while, he was starting to come home and wanting to get out and exercise and wanting to show me what he was doing in PE. Then it started to be more of a priority for us to be active with him because he was learning it at school. Being able to get up and move really helps him to focus on what he's doing, and that's the case for a lot of children.
The fun thing about PE, we get to do a lot of activities and we get to do fun stuff with it. I think every kid should have PE.
Like, we have movement in our rooms. We ask the teachers to do energy bursts, get the oxygen in your brain. It's going to make them learn a whole lot better.
It's really counterintuitive when you look at test scores, right? You're like, well, we need these kids to really be focused, and that's why we're not going to have movement. Well, the one thing that really would help them is to move more. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention talks about kids who move more perform better academically. There's data from the Mayo Clinic. There's data from the Institute of Medicine. All these organizations saying, hey, kids who move more are going to perform better. And why are you in school to begin with? You're in school to learn. So why aren't we providing kids all of the opportunities for them to learn?
Daily PE is needed for children. They're motivated and they see their friends doing exercise and they want to do the same thing their friends are doing. Fit America is trying to help every school have PE every day, and I think that's an awesome thing.
Now that I joined Legacy, it's like I'm active, I'm running every time. It's like amazing, it opens your mind.
My personal ultimate dream would be that all schools in America could have the funding and have PE every day.
Every kid needs the opportunity to lead a healthy lifestyle, but from the time they're born till the time they're a fully functional adult and then later in life.
Getting kids active early in life is one of the most important things we can do for all children, and they naturally want to be active. But physical education is either out of schools or almost non-existent. Plus, the use of smartphones, tablets, internet, and video games has caused one medical journal in 2012 to announce the inactivity pandemic. Only 7% of U.S. kids are active to CDC health standards, and 9 million are totally inactive. And the consequences of this inactivity pandemic is having devastating effects on the lives of our children and grandchildren. Fit America was founded to create healthier and smarter kids with the power of physical education. When you look at this graph that shows how higher fitness levels correspond to higher academic scores, it makes you realize what getting active can do for your child or grandchild. You can change that right now. Go to fitkids.org and find out how your donation can help all kids to get active. Your tax-deductible donation to Fit America will help to get kids healthier. Just $10 helps fund our Go Grants, and the more you can donate, the more kids you can help. By donating any amount today to Fit America, you will get the Zift free app that will take screen time parenting to a whole new level. It allows you to see all of their online activity. Most importantly, you can set screen time allowances for each child to help them use their time better for school and getting active. Donate to Fit America and you get the Zift app free. But that's not all. With each tax-deductible donation of $100, you will receive discount offers from these amazing Fit America sponsors. These discounts and coupons will exceed the donation amount, which could mean hundreds of dollars in savings for you. This is your chance to be a hero to kids all across the country, but also with your own kids and grandkids. Go to fitkids.org and donate to Fit America today.
Thanks, Fit America.
Thanks, Fit America.
Thanks, Fit America.
Thanks, Fit America.
generally the best behaviors and the best academic outcomes are right after they come back in from physical education. What we're trying to do is to rev their brain up, to get the chemicals and the neurotrophic factors that go on in a brain because of movement, so that what we teach can be absorbed by that brain that's really on fire.
So we have 29 kids in my class. We all come in here and we partner up and we still do everything in here, and the kids love it. And sometimes we're in here 10 minutes, might be in here 20 minutes, depending on what we're working on. And then when we go back to the classroom, you would think they would be all riled up, but they're not. They're very calm and they're ready to practice doing what we were doing in here on paper. It just wakes up their brains.
Whenever I'm sitting at a desk and not moving, I always feel like, okay, I have to get this done, but I'm so tired. So whenever I'm using these seats, they actually help me like wake up more and make me not zone out but zoom back into what I'm supposed to be working on.
I like the activities in here because they're fun and you learn. There's so much things to do and exercise, and you play all these fun games.
I like moving around a lot in this classroom.
Each station can make you active in different ways and in different parts of your body.
They need to come to Charleston and see what we have done in our schools, where we've taken kids that are in the most dire situations. They're 3 or 4 years behind in their reading level. And in 4 months' time, we brought them up by 1.5 years reading growth. We brought them up by a year's growth in math scores.
We, as an administrative team here, we have seen this is important. This is something we do need to get behind. Teachers are noticing the impact on the child's ability to focus within the classroom. They're in there, they're on task, they're working hard, and we even have teachers this year saying, I want to go in the lab before a test, because getting them moving, getting the blood flow helps those students go back in and focus on the task at hand when they go to take a test.
Kids don't sit still. It's just a fact. So instead of wasting our time saying, sit down, sit still, let them stand up, let them move around, and let them do, the activities you want to do, and put movement to it. They're interacting with each other, as you can tell. That's what you want. You don't want them in here silent. You want them talking and communicating and explaining problems to each other. We enjoy it a lot.
They're beginning to see that their kids are much healthier, they have lower BMIs, they have better academic outcomes, and the behaviors are much more positive. Movement can change the whole dynamic of education. With Fit America, I feel like that they're going to be able to get this message out, may begin to understand it, and if they begin to understand it, maybe they're going to want that in their school districts as well. And if we do, they're going to be smarter, they're going to be better behaved, and they're going to be more physically fit. That's one of the things that Fit America has been proposing for years and years, to buy equipment and to buy things that can enhance this kinesthetic approach to education.
Now we know that exercise really impacts the attention system in the brain. Exercise and play, it makes all of us better attenders. It makes all of us more focused, more ready to take in information. We are not moving. We're the most sedentary generation ever on this earth. It's getting to be such a problem. And I think what we see with kids, they're texting or they're into their computers or into their digital world. And they then have more trouble with attention, more trouble with impulse control. Sitting leads to all kinds of trouble. What we know is that exercise is a great way to prevent the onset of depression. When we are exercising, we are using more brain cells than in any other human activity. The more we use it, the better it gets. Play is something that we need to do as mammals. All mammals play. They come out of the womb, they're expecting to play, to interact, to move, to learn social skills. We don't learn anything until we change our nerve cells in the brain. And this is really something that we didn't know until 2000. There were 3 Nobel Prizes given to people to say the way we learn anything is for our brain cells to grow. Nothing does that better than exercise.
The teachers are so pressured by standardized testing, and people grade these classroom teachers on how kids do on these standardized tests. And the natural reaction is to try to pound the math and the reading and the science into the kids. And they don't realize it's not working, because what the kids need is they need to move. They need fitness breaks. And if they are given fitness breaks, then they can learn. This is something they would never get if it wasn't for the Fit America and the Go Grant. And in the end, we have successful children. That's what we all want.
Kids aren't just allowed to go outside and play anymore. We don't have physical education as much. We don't have recess. We don't have physical activity time during the day. And it's all based on test scores.
Physical education got pushed and pushed and pushed further and further away and less time.
When you exercise, there are so many other benefits that you get without even realizing it. People perform better. Exercise will always refocus an individual.
The academic testing has influenced inactivity, and they forget that these are children, and the children are not liking to sit in a box and just sit and read. If they don't get up and move, their brain starts shutting off. It's less analytical, less creative, their memory goes down. The only thing that's increased is irritability. And that's usually indicative of why classrooms are becoming more of a management problem. We got 100 channels of television now, and entertainment systems, cell phones, and computers. And so they're sitting. The schools are one of the last places that there's open space now for many of these kids to move.
So when I started this classroom, Active Brains, we started with very minimal resources and very tiny spaces. But over the course of the past 2 years, we were able to expand a little bit, and through applying for grants and outside money, we've been able to support more equipment and additional space for our classroom and for the students to move.
The kids that I saw that used the tables, there was two in particular. They went up, one went 69 points in their testing, and one went up 70, which was pretty amazing. I have one girl in particular that I've never had somebody come up. I've always told them, but she came up to me and she says, "Do you know this helps me focus?"
The students in my classroom, as you can see, are very focused. They're on task, but they're also being physically active. So it's making that connection between movement and learning. For the students who are fidgeting at their desk, not able to concentrate, this really provides them the opportunity to move and be active while they're taking place in their own learning. It's a profound impact for them because they're able to be free and move, but they're also able to be learning at the same time.
Exercise is the miracle drug because it affects every part of our bodies. Our mind, our heart, our lungs, our bones, our joints. We sleep better at night when we exercise. We think better, we learn better. It's everything. Our body's meant to move.
Kids will learn the skills, knowledge, behaviors, and attitudes to be physically active the rest of their life. We have to do it at their level. The most important thing is they want to have fun. Second thing is they want to learn skills. Third thing is they want to be able to socialize with their friends. And so all of those things have to make it incorporated into the new physical education so that they will want to and enjoy playing the rest of their life.
Getting kids active early in life is one of the most important things we can do for all children, and they naturally want to be active. But physical education is either out of schools or almost non-existent. Plus, the use of smartphones, tablets, internet, and video games has caused one medical journal in 2012 to announce the inactivity pandemic. Only 7% of U.S. kids are active to CDC health standards, and 9 million are totally inactive. And the consequences of this inactivity pandemic is having devastating effects on the lives of our children and grandchildren. Fit America was founded to create healthier and smarter kids with the power of physical education. When you look at this graph that shows how higher fitness levels correspond to higher academic scores, it makes you realize what getting active can do for your child or grandchild. You can change that right now. Go to fitkids.org and find out how your donation can help all kids to get active. Your tax-deductible donation to Fit America will help to get kids healthier. Just $10 helps fund our Go Grants, and the more you can donate, the more kids you can help. By donating any amount today to Fit America, you will get the Zift free app that will take screen time parenting to a whole new level. It allows you to see all of their online activity. Most importantly, you can set screen time allowances for each child to help them use their time better for school and getting active. Donate to Fit America and you get the Zift app free. But that's not all. With each tax-deductible donation of $100, you will receive discount offers from these amazing Fit America sponsors. These discounts and coupons will exceed the donation amount, which could mean hundreds of dollars in savings for you. This is your chance to be a hero to kids all across the country, but also with your own kids and grandkids. Go to fitkids.org and donate to Fit America today.
Thanks, Fit America.
Thanks, Fit America.
Thanks, Fit America.
Thanks, Fit America.
I went to school to be a teacher. I knew that I wanted to get into the classroom. I wanted to make a really big impact. It just became my love, being around the kids, being around the teachers. We had nothing. I mean, we literally had 1 or 2 balls in the classroom, and we saw the need of, writing grants, reaching out to community partners. It's amazing what we have now. There's no words to describe what that equipment means to our teachers. Fit America, what they're doing right now is they're starting a trend, and it needs to be contagious. It needs to go into every school district, every household. Every administrator needs to get on board. It's been a game changer for our students. It's been a game changer for me as a health and wellness facilitator. The future is bright because now we see what Fit America has done for our elementary. What can it do for our middle school and high school? What can it do across America? And to live that every day and to know that there's hope, it's phenomenal.
We know that our students need to have opportunities to grow with their physical health in addition to growing them academically and socially and emotionally. Of course, we have physical education classes, but we know that 2 times a week in a PE class is not enough to meet the needs of our students.
It's become more where if it's not technology driven, then they're not interested in it, and they're becoming very, very slow, tired, unwilling to try and do new things.
We are able to help students have the experiences that are going to ensure that they're going to be successful throughout life. And the patterns that students develop right now with regards to their health and exercise are going to impact them for the rest of their lives.
I can get every kid to move, and it's hard to, but I can do it with the help of the equipment and materials we have. I don't think I could be able to do it without it.
When I first started teaching 35 years ago, it was easy to get kids up and get them moving because that's the lifestyle they were used to. Rightly so, students came to school to learn and to learn academics. And so some of the physical education classes were cut or shortened. Teachers end up spending probably close to $1,000 a year on physical education equipment because in order to do what I want to do in physical education class, I have to have equipment, so I'm willing to go out and buy it so that the kids can have equipment to play with. Go grants for me at my school have opened the door to a lot of different things. I now have enough equipment that every child can have their own piece of equipment, so there's no waiting in line, so there's 100% movement by 100% of my students. I try to teach kids that PE class is a lifetime fitness class. Go grants are awesome. Go grants make my PE program run.
Funding for the schools, a lot of it goes to other needs. Related arts or physical education, things like that kind of fall to the wayside. And that's why I went into PE.
You had a lot of teachers that were there just for a paycheck and not really caring about the heart of the students.
There was no money in the physical education budget, and sometimes I purchased stuff myself. And the value of movement has gone away. And so there's just not those opportunities that are built in for you to move.
Well, I first met my coach, Miss Kenyon, when I was in 7th grade. She actually allowed me to enjoy physical education. I thought it was going to be just us just standing around and really not doing anything. It changed me tremendously because it actually helped me as far as wanting to stay in school.
Once a week isn't going to do it. And what I do is hopefully teaching them a way to be active for the other 6 days of the week.
She believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. Ms. Kenyon gave us hope to believe in something greater than ourselves.
Now we know through the new brain research that's out there is that every child should be physically active every day, not just for 30 minutes, but many times throughout the day because it wakes the brain up and it prepares it to be in its best learning situation. This can solve many problems, discipline problems, emotional problems, but biggest is the education. They will learn better in the classroom. The teachers started to see the connection. If we can get all of the kids moving, physically active every day, we're going to eliminate many of the problems that we have with discipline issues, with self-esteem issues, and with health issues, and with learning issues.
The goal of Fit America is to get children to be more active, to promote it not only in school but also at home. You got to get busy being alive, and the only way to get busy being alive is to move. Life is movement.
Physical activity and physical education has been demonstrated to decrease behavior management episodes. We have researchers throughout the country who are showing MRI scans of kids and adults' brains, and the kids who are more active are having positive structural changes in their brain. We also have studies that show as obesity goes up, academic performance goes down. The reverse of that, obviously, is we have a decrease in obesity, we have therefore an increase in academic performance and academic achievement and an increase in cognitive tasks. Movement plays a major role in that, as well as healthy eating. Kids who are getting daily PE are outperforming kids who do not get daily PE. We're able to demonstrate that movement does make a difference in cognition. So if it can happen at a school like Legacy, it should be able to happen at any school, because Legacy is a school that was underfunded early on, and it continues to have challenges like every school does. But if it can happen at a Title I school, it can happen at any school. There are a lot of funding mechanisms out there, and Fit America is one of those funding mechanisms. So you can get that equipment, you can get those resources that you need, that you can use for years and years in the classroom, in the gymnasium, that is going to change a kid's life, because they're going to be more active. And if they're going to be more active, they're going to be healthier. And if they're going to be healthier, they're going to do better in school. If my dream could come true in my lifetime, we wouldn't have an obese child. And we would have kids getting movement opportunities every single day in school.
Your tax-deductible donation to Fit America will help to get kids healthier. Just $10 helps fund our Go Grants, and the more you can donate, the more kids you can help. By donating any amount today to Fit America, you will get the Zift free app that will take screen time parenting to a whole new level. It allows you to see all of their online activity. Most importantly, you can set screen time allowances for each child to help them use their time better for school and getting active. Donate to Fit America and you get the Zift app free. But that's not all. With each tax-deductible donation of $100, you will receive discount offers from these amazing Fit America sponsors. These discounts and coupons will exceed the donation amount, which could mean hundreds of dollars in savings for you. This is your chance to be a hero to kids all across the country.
If we really want to do something for kids and make them healthy, we got to get more physical education programs.
This is doable, and it doesn't have to be done with a lot of money.
Let's start to seed good schools with good people on a local level with Fit America Go Grants.
I mean, Fit America is providing up to $5,000 for every school, and at $5,000 you can buy so much equipment.
Go Grants for us is unbelievable. I mean, there's nothing like it.
Go Grants make my PE program run.
Fit America would help millions of kids.
A child that's more active becomes more confident, and that opens up the opportunities what they can do in life.
Thank you, Fit America. Thanks, Fit America.
Thanks, Fit America.
Thanks, Fit America.
Thanks, Fit America.
The preceding program has been brought to you by the nonprofit Fit World Foundation.